Brian, there are so many different types of insurance. I have heard about this umbrella insurance policy when it comes to liability insurance. What is that?
Yeah, I would recommend, if you don't have it, definitely listen to this part. You probably want to get it. Absolutely, highly recommend that everybody have umbrella insurance policies if you have any assets to protect it all. And the way it works is, we have coverages. You're right. I've got, car insurance and homeowners insurance and riders and all these different kinds of insurances all over the place. But if you are sued by somebody for something, very often those lawsuits are going to be at a much higher number than your coverage covers. So maybe you have 300,000 coverage and for something, and you get a fender bender and somebody sues you and your insurance company for 700,000. You go, wait a second, I had insurance. And you go, yeah, well, you got insurance for 300,000. You don't have insurance for 700,000. What are you going to do now? Sell your house to pay that? I mean, where are you going to get $400,000? Well, if you had an umbrella insurance policy, generally those have very high limits. You might get $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $5 million of umbrella insurance policy, and those kick in to cover any claims over and above your claim maximums. Highly important if you're ever in a lawsuit, because most lawsuits anymore are really high.
So the umbrella insurance policy really just plugs the holes in liability insurance. Are umbrella insurance policies terribly expensive?
No, they're not that expensive. That's the other thing. They're relatively cheap. You can get millions of dollars of coverage, sometimes under $1,000 a year. And so that's another reason why you absolutely should get it. And one of the things I want to point out is you can't just go out and buy it. They're going to say, okay, what is your coverages? For us to give you X amount of, let's say, $1 million of umbrella insurance coverage, you have to have 300,000 uninsured motorists. You have to have 200,000 for personal contents. You have to have all these basic insurance coverages in your existing policies. So I think often it's probably best to have one insurance company do all the different things, because that way they can know that, they can up your coverage if you need to up it to even qualify for the umbrella coverage over and above that. Now, umbrella insurance policies can also cover situations such as libel, slander, false imprisonment, things outside of property damage or medical expenses from an accident or something that you're being sued on. It does not cover malpractice. So malpractice insurance is something outside of that. So if you're a doctor or a CPA or whatever, you got to have malpractice insurance too. But certainly the umbrella insurance coverage would cover a lot of different things.
Brian, it is surprisingly possible that you could have a claim for a lot more than your liability insurance. Could you tell me a common example of where, something very minor happened that caused them to need liability insurance?
Well, yeah, you could have a situation where you have a rental house and maybe the tenant got a Rottweiler and it jumped the fence and bit someone. And you look in your policy and they don't cover Rottweilers. Well, you didn't read that part or didn't know to even look for that. But that's what happened. So that would kick in there. Your kid just got his driver's license. He's 17 years old and he bumps somebody and they claim they've got $1 million of medical expenses from that or whatever. Maybe you left for a weekend, your kid threw a party, somebody left the party, had too much to drink, got in a wreck, and now you're sued for millions of dollars. There are all kinds of things outside of your control. We all know about, someone went on your property and slipped on your surface in the ice. Well, that's my fault. How? Well, it doesn't matter. They sued you, and it's more than your coverage. So I don't think I'd debate anybody on saying, well, gee, that's a waste of money to have that kind of insurance. I'll probably never use it. Yeah, you probably never will, and I hope you never will. But if you do, you'll be so glad that you got umbrella insurance policy.
Brian, thanks for telling us more about umbrella insurance policies.